What's going on, guys? Episode 58 today. Holy shit, 58. So, episode 58, it's a FedEx day, meaning it's going to be a little bit of recording here, a little bit of recording there, and that's what I said I was going to do on just the days that I work FedEx. Just to, I guess, practice, I don't know, get the reps in for how it's going to be after episode 100. And I've already talked about this a million times, but the show that you've heard 5 episodes ago and then 10 episodes ago or something like that, those are going to be how the episodes post 100 are going to be, because after 100, that's when I'm going to launch the new podcast, which I don't know what it's going to be called. Maybe The Pursuit of Excellence or something like that. And that's going to be the main podcast. That's going to be my name attached to it, my face, my teachings, lessons, value share, everything like that, right? So all that shit. So when you think of a podcaster who's actually making a podcast, that's going to be what mine is. This one here is going to be just the daily shit, and it's not even going to be 20 minutes long like it is now. It's just a requirement that I made just to get the reps in, to force myself to get better. So after 100, there's going to be a lot of these. Well, there's going to be one of these every day. I'm not committing to that, but it would be sick to have one every single day for now and for the rest of forever. Or something along the lines of me doing a little bit here and there throughout the whole week, and then at the end of the week, it'll be a full-blown episode. Something like that. Because the idea is to put it on YouTube, but there's so many things that are up in the air that I just have no idea about. And so we're going to focus on one thing at a time and we'll figure it out. So today, and I said I was going to start the episodes off with a couple wins and a loss or something like that, because it's supposed to be daily documentation rather than trying to always share or provide some kind of value, even though that is a requirement of the first 100 episodes. So anyway, a couple wins to start the day off. I'm getting followed by this guy riding my fucking ass. That's a great one. We'll start that one. That's, I'm joking, but for real, this guy's on my ass. So, a couple wins, I guess. Actually, I'm going to start with a loss because this one's been eating at me a little bit. So, dude, I get very frustrated by the amount of shit that I have to do on a day-to-day basis, because it leaves me no time, almost negative time, to go to sleep and get all, to do all that stuff. What I mean is, yesterday, I was fine. Everything was great. And then I get home from work and then I have all these tasks to do. Not complaining, but it's frustrating because I have all these things I got to get done. And I, truthfully, am doing very well at getting my shit done, crunching time, getting things done in a good amount of time. And yes, somehow, dude, I still somehow fuck myself over on time and I go to bed so late. And that is not good for obvious reasons. You need to get your sleep. But it's more, so never mind the whole sleep thing. It's so frustrating for me knowing that I'm giving it my 100% all and I'm still not meeting the deadline. It's still not good enough, And I got a lot going on. On paper, there's plenty of time, but in real life, I guess there's not. And so that's what's most frustrating for me. I'm not going to get burnt out. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to fail in that regard. I'm fine. Dude, we live in a world where people don't know how to drive, and it's crazy to think that we just got random motherfuckers on the road that really have no idea how to drive. That's crazy. Anyway, because yesterday I went to bed exactly when I was supposed to, but I was pushing for a solid bedtime around 8 yesterday because I wanted to get up today at 3:30 because I want to maintain that wake up schedule, that sleep schedule, as long as I can throughout the whole week. I don't want to have FedEx days be 3 hours later than a normal day. I would like it to be very close, just to keep the sleep schedule consistent. And also, if I can wake up early and get shit done, that's awesome. And that's going to be one of the wins I'm going to talk about here in a sec. But that loss, dude, the loss is just never being good enough, dude, to get to bed on time. And I think it was last round of phase 1. There was a few days where I did get to bed on enough time. And, reflecting back on those days, it's just, maybe I was a little bit more focused, a little bit more disciplined with my time. I don't know what it was, but I tell you what, dude, it's frustrating when you get home from work And then you bust out all your shit and you look at the clock and you're like, damn, dude, I'm way ahead of schedule. And then maybe you go eat, you come back and you start working on some shit. And then before you know it, you're fucked on time and you're going to be late. You're not going to go to bed on time, whatever. And here's the thing, dude. So I've got many opportunities at hand. One of them being I don't have kids. I don't have a significant other. I don't have friends necessarily. To anybody who's my friend who's listening, you know what I mean. I don't have any obligations in that regard. I go to work and I come home and I have all my shit I got to get done. And I work 2 jobs. That's about as far as I can say that I have extra shit going on. But a lot of people have kids. A lot of people have significant others. A lot of people do a lot of things with their friends or care a lot more about their friends and family than I do. Love my friends and family to death, but don't got to see them every single fucking day to maintain that relationship. Matter of fact, shout out to my homie DJ. Because I talk to that motherfucker maybe once a month. And dude, we've been best friends ever since fucking high school. And I guarantee you, we've talked maybe 100 times. So if you want to divide 10 years by 100, that's 10 times a year. That's once a fucking month, not even, dude. So those are the kind of people I need in my life. Those are the kind of friends and relationships that I'm after. The ones where I can text you once every 2, 3, 4 months, or maybe one, and we can be fine, and no one's bitching, no one's crying. You don't talk to me. How come you never message me? How come you never... Shut the fuck up, bro. God damn. So shout out to DJ. I love you, brother. Anyway, with that being said, fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I don't have many obligations. And so the fact that I don't have many obligations and I'm doing all this shit, that's great. But I'm still not meeting the deadline. And the deadline being when I need to be done and go to sleep and all that shit. So fuck. It's frustrating. So that's the loss. I got to get better at that. But we'll come back to that. Let's get to a fucking positive thing. So the win for the day so far today. Well, first of all, I'm off work and it's not even 2 o'clock. I actually finished work around 1:15 p.m. So that's sweet. Guys, it's peak season and I had the second lowest amount of stops I've ever had in my entire career. What the fuck's going on? Order some shit so I can deliver it. Goddamn. All right, another win. Or I guess the first win. So woke up today and I got some active, engaged reading done. And I got to tell you, when you sit down and you read a book with intent to learn rather than reading to read, which is what I've done a lot of the time, just to get the pages done, just to close the book, just to say I read a book, the first stint of me proactively reading and actually reading self-development books, I was on a kick of doing 1 book a week because I wanted to have 52 books done in a year. And I only lasted about 7 books because I cared more about finishing a book to check off another tally mark on the 52 than I was learning and implementing and shit like that. And up until 3 days ago, I had never drawn or written in any kind of book, or I guess my own personal book, like a self-development book or something, with a highlighter, with a pen, or put sticky. I've never done anything like that. I've always wanted to keep the books clean and free from any kind of markings, just because I want to have a clean collection. I don't want anything to be colored and, and I don't really have a solid reasoning for that. I just like the idea of having a library of books that are flawless. But would I rather have a library of books that are flawless, or would I rather have a library of books that have some markings in them, but I'm 1,500 times smarter, more intelligent, more equipped with knowledge than I would have been, and that's my answer is obvious at this point. I'd rather have the books that are marked with, because I've been doing that, and it keeps me on my toes to find, I hate when people say it because it's cringy to me, but golden nuggets. Shut the fuck up, get out of here with that jargon, dude. But I don't know what else to call it. We'll call it I don't give a fuck what we'll call it, bro. But I find these golden nuggets. Excuse me, I almost threw up. I find these golden nuggets and I highlight them, and it keeps me on my toes because I'm trying to find them. I'm trying to find things that I agree with, and I'll highlight the things I agree with, and I'll find good ideas, and I'll highlight those in a different color. And then I'll find certain quotes or certain theories, laws, whatever, and I'll highlight those in another color. And if I come across a word that I have no idea what it is, or I need the definition, I'll highlight it in another color and then write the definition next to it. And it keeps me really engaged in the book, because as I'm reading, I think, is that an important piece of information? Yeah, I think it is. I better highlight it. And no, I'm not highlighting the entire book. Some chapters of the book, I go through 3, 4, 5 pages and nothing's marked. And then I come across one page and it's like half the page is marked. Half of it's got writing in the margins. We got different lines, stuff like that. And so coming from me, who's never done that, I can confidently say that I'm retaining so much more, and I'm so much more engaged and interested in reading what I'm trying to read, as opposed to just reading to close the book to go on to the next. And so it kind of makes me want to go back and reread some of the books that I've already read, to then mark in them and highlight the valuable points, the tips, and the golden nuggets. Ah, damn, excuse me. Guys, I don't know why. It must be associated with somebody or something that I'm not fond of in life, because when I hear that shit, it's like, shut your mouth, dude. Call it something else. Don't call it a gold nugget. I just saw a guy running. That's awesome, dude. Good for him. He's trying to cross the street. He does the same thing I do. Good for him. So that's a win. I got up in the morning, read probably 15 pages. 10 of them were full pages, because that's the rule for 75 hard. Well, it says read 10 pages, but I'm not going to read half a page counted as a page. That's pushy shit. And you should feel guilty for not doing a full page. If you flip to a page and it's a quarter page, and the next page is a chapter heading and it's a quarter page, even if you combine those, which is still pushy shit, that's half a page. Doesn't count as 2 pages. Doesn't even count as 1. So that's that. So I got up and I read 16 pages, actively read. It took me about 45 minutes, which, not a fan of that. It takes a little bit more time to get through the pages. So the task duration goes up quite a bit. Because if I'm just sitting there and I'm reading, 10 full-length pages could probably be done in about 20, 25 minutes for me, because I'm a slower reader. I know people can do 10 pages in 5 minutes. It's crazy. But when I'm actively reading with some highlighters and some pens, and I'm trying to learn, look up definitions, find out ideas, find different quotes, tie it in, write it in the margins, whatever, that definitely doubles in time. So it kind of sucks that the more time is being dedicated to that for the same amount of reading, but I'm learning more, I'm retaining more, I'm comprehending more, and I'm walking away with more knowledge than I otherwise would have. So I guess it's worth it in the end, and that's that. So I got that done, and it felt great. Another win that's really unrelated to the entire subject matter of this entire podcast, but dude, I got this new dresser for my room, because I've got so much shit going on in there, and I need some storage of some sort. And I don't like buying those types of things, because it's just unnecessary. You can just put that shit on shelves in the closet or something like that, or put them in boxes. Boxes are essentially free. Go to the grocery store, find carts of them everywhere, just go get boxes. But I just needed something that was gonna store exactly where I needed it to, with the drawers and shit. So I bought one of those, put it in my closet, and I was doing that last night, and that's part of the reason why I went to bed so late, because I was unpacking that, building it, trying to get that done, and I did get it done, but I was falling asleep. And people say this all the time, I was falling asleep, but dude, I was literally dozing off, almost hit my head against the wall. I couldn't keep my eyes open. It was ridiculous, dude. I was trying to put this thing together, this shelf drawer thing, or this drawer, I don't know what you want to call it, this dresser, we'll call it. It's one of those fabric drawer things where the drawers fold. You put that flat slit of fabric cardboard shit in there so it stays open, and you put those in there. Dude, real quick, I saw an Amazon review of a lady. Her name was Cheryl, I think. Funny. And she was putting those little cardboard slits that you put in the container, in the drawers to keep them open, underneath as where the drawer would go. She posted a photo of the drawers not staying open with the slits under the drawer where the drawer goes, saying that the drawers are bullshit or whatever. They don't work. They don't stay open, and it's a waste of money. There's bad quality product. And this person posted a review of it, 1 star and everything. And I think 84 people found it helpful. On Amazon, how you can see that shit? Dude, bunch of dumb fucks. Unbelievable. That's unbelievable to me. I can't believe people are that fucking dumb, dude. And I'm done with a lot of shit. But that, I mean, dude, holy Lord, that's bad. I also saw another one, kind of off topic, but there was one for a TV. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, doesn't matter. I'm not sexist, by the way. Just her name was Cheryl, so she's a woman, and so that's why I said she was. You know, someone's gonna. Oh, he's sexist because he's because it's a woman and so. You know, so fuck off with that. So this other person posted a photo of a TV because I was looking at TVs for who knows why, and the TV said it was a 65 inch or something like that. I don't know, don't care. And she was holding, or he was holding, a tape measure. Oh, Lord, dude. A tape measure from the top left to the top right. And said, oh, it's actually only 47 inches. It's not 65. What the fuck? But that's not how TVs are measured. They're measured from corner to corner. Dumbass. And once again, it was one of those things where people found it helpful. And I don't... You can't reply to the reviews either. So you can't be like, hey, you're stupid. You know, and not that you should never do that, but goddamn, dude, people need to learn a few things, myself included. It's all good, but you know, you can't be posting a 1-star review on something with such utter confidence and have it be so absolutely incorrect, you know? So anyway, I got that completed. I finished the drawer, got it installed in my room, just put it where it needs to go, and it's quite literally a perfect fit. However, the goddamn handles to the drawers, because they're so cheap, ripped off. 2 of them already ripped off, and you can't replace it because it stripped the handle, so that sucks. And so now 2 drawers don't have handles. Awesome. That's so good. I love that. So that's that. That's the other one. Got my shit together, woke up, and so I would have rather woken up, read, maybe visualization, maybe worked on the business a little bit, a whole lot of other stuff, but I woke up, got all my drawer and closet shit situated. I also had a lot of empty boxes and styrofoam all over my room, so I got that cleaned up. And then I read, and then I went to the gym. And the gym kicked ass, dude. So here's the thing. I'm definitely back on track. I'm back to kind of where I was. If you don't count lower body, I'm definitely surpassing maybe where I've been in the past. I'm not 100% there yet, but for example, I shoulder pressed dumbbells the most amount of weight I have ever done in my life today, which I did 80s on shoulder press today. And I got it for 7 reps, and then 5, and then 4, and I think 5 actually. So that's interesting. But I did 80s. I've never done 80s in my life. The most I've ever done up to that point with shoulder press was 70s. And at that point, I remember it was very tough. But now I'm doing 80s. So I'm very proud of myself. But as far as things like squat and deadlift and rows go, my strength's not back with that at all. It's probably not even half to where deadlifts is on its way, but squats, I don't know, we'll figure that out. But as far as perhaps upper body goes, I think I've surpassed my most successful mark. And is it a coincidence that I'm doing Live Hard in the process, and that's why? I don't know, but fuck yeah, dude, it's a great feeling. So that's the other win. So we got 3 wins and 1 loss. And so that's all I wanted to share at the moment, but I'll be back in just a sec, and I'll talk about some more shit before the podcast ends. So I'll see you in a sec. All right, I'm doing my outdoor workout here. I got my weighted vest on. It's cold as fuck. Sun's already down, so it's pretty dark out. And yeah, so something that I didn't talk about earlier, which was why I even brought it up, me being frustrated with me not meeting the deadline, which is my bedtime every day. I'm really interested to see how I do, how I perform, how my actions will manifest, I guess, when I complete this program on Saturday. So today is Saturday, but I'm 7 days away. Today's day 23, I believe. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what? Today's 23. So today's 23. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 7. Yeah. So after I complete today, I'll have 7 days left. I don't know why I just had an aneurysm trying to think about that, but all I'm trying to say, I'm trying to figure out All I'm trying to say is, also, I know the quality is shit. I know that you can hear the cars. You're listening to me through my AirPods here, so quality's ass. I'm sorry, but I'm just documenting the shit because it's a FedEx day, and that's what I said. I already talked about that, but blah 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 blah. Anyway, so I'm interested to see how I do after I complete the program because I've got so much shit going on right now that I don't necessarily need to be doing that I want to do that are in regards to building the business and getting that going. For example, the outdoor workout, the mandatory outdoor workout, I should say. I don't want to do it for 45 minutes every day. I don't want to have to write out all my gratitudes in extreme detail. That's what I said I was doing. I still am going to practice that, but it's definitely going to be not as in depth just because it takes so much time. And I don't find it necessary to do that every single time with every single point. I do think it is valuable to do it though with just small points and maybe not a whole shit ton of them every time, but just a few, just to keep your mind on track, thinking about things, but just writing it down. Because right now I'm writing almost 400 words per thing, per journal, I guess you could say, of the 8 things that I'm grateful for. And 400 words is about 3 pages of I don't know, 6x9 book. So depending on the spacing and font size and shit, but yeah, so I'm not gonna probably not gonna do that much anymore. I'm not gonna do the double workouts. So workout's just gonna be the one in the morning or whatever, or in the afternoon, who knows. And then there's the others. See, what else is there? I guess that would be, I'm actually not sure off the top of my head anymore. I thought I had, so I was working on business. So I guess the thing with the business, that would be changing up the requirements for the task to be completed. So that would be, instead of focusing on doing one ingredient research, it'd be, and the social media would be more focused on whatever the fuck I want to do and not having to do those things. So even if I need to do them, I'll do them. But if I don't have to do them, I'll work on something else. And so that's that. Guys, actually, I'm having a realization here. I don't think there's that much that'll change after I complete the program. It'll just be the outdoor workout. I'm having a realization now, and I feel dumb. I'm thinking about it. I think the only thing that'll change is the outdoor workout. I'm not going to do that. But I might throw that in. Okay. So maybe I'm just pulling a brain fart, but I thought for sure I had something more to talk about. But I think, I think what I'm getting at here is following the founder's formula, I'm calling it. I'm going to change the name, but I've referenced it as that a few times now, so that's what it's called for now. For the new year, and there's certain days that I'm going to just have completely off the gym, so no gym, no exercise, whatever. Or, hold on, no gym, no workouts, whatever. But if I'm following the year plan, that's going to be at least 20 minutes of exercise. So, I don't know. I'm actually kind of all over the place right now, not organized. Damn, yeah, I'm talking about all this out loud. I'm not organized at all. I don't got shit planned. I don't got it figured out. I thought I had a thing I wanted to talk about. God damn. Well, I just wasted your time. I apologize. Go ahead and skip this one, I guess, even though you listened to it. But, yeah. I think what was going through my head was, if I didn't have to do a 20-minute podcast every single day, and if I didn't have to do 2 workouts every single day, and if I didn't have to spend a half hour writing gratitudes every single day, and if I didn't have to, I thought I had a lot more shit going on, but I guess that's it. But the podcast thing's a commitment for the first 100 episodes, so that's about a month and a half out from being completed. Everything else is just the program, I guess. So I don't have to do all this extra shit, but I'm going to do the extra shit, you know? And so, holy shit. So I'm thinking now, because I had this thought that maybe all the shit that I'm doing is taking up so much time, and that way when I complete phase one, that would be freeing up a lot of my time for the day. But the more I think about it, the more I think that's not necessarily the case. And I think maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. I'm actually going to go ahead and end that thought. I have no idea what I'm talking about at this point, so I'll be right back with some other info before I go to bed. So, okay, I just had one more thought. This is literally 5 minutes after I ended this, but I ended the last part. But so I just had this thought. I don't want to go to the gym when it's busy, and so therefore, I'm either going to have to go directly to the gym after work every single day, and then have to ice bath in the morning because you're not supposed to ice bath after a workout if your goal is strength gains and hypertrophy. So that would mean, see, I've already talked about this, but goddamn, doing an ice bath first thing in the morning, that's some next level shit, dude. I'm not quite there yet. I mean, I'm still struggling with just doing the shit after being outside, you know? So, not necessarily struggling, it's much easier. I set the timer at 5 minutes, 15 seconds while I'm outside of the tub, and that gives me 15 seconds to get in there and be in there before 5 minutes starts. And so instead of going out there and contemplating, oh shit, here we go, I go out there, I start the 5 minute, 15-second timer, and I'm in. You know, I just hop in. I don't even think about it once the timer's going. I have no time to back out. I'm in there, you know. So I'd have to do. So I guess my thought was I'm gonna have to work out in the morning up until I can quit my job and rearrange my schedule a little bit because I have no wiggle room in my schedule to, I guess, work out any other time than either 3 a.m. or I guess 4 a.m., 3:30 a.m., whatever, or right after work. And I don't know, because part of my 2024 goal is to ice bath every day, or at least 95% of the, like I've talked about. Go listen to that episode if you want to learn more about that, I guess. But my assumption is if you're listening to these in order, you've already heard it. So, and if these are disorganized and all over the place, I'm on 56 or 58 out of, infinite because I'm never stopping. So, my bad, I'm learning, putting in the reps, growing as we go. So, fuck it. Dude, everybody's driving a loud ass truck, huh? What's up with that? What is it with people in trucks? I mean, everybody's got their fancy, right? Everybody loves different kinds of cars and vehicles and shit. But man, big truck guys are a different kind of people. It's interesting, you know. And I just, like I said before, I'm not a car guy. I don't give a fuck about cars unless they are aesthetically different than virtually every other car, such as a McLaren, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a Bugatti, shit like that. A big truck that's a decent truck, couldn't give a fuck. Dude, it's a car to me. It's just a car. But we got way off track there. So yeah, until I quit my job, I'm not gonna have the freedom to maneuver my schedule around. And I actually was doing the calculations for that last night, which is another reason why I went to bed late, because I wanted to do some shit that I wanted to do that ate up into my time of going to bed. So I calculated how much I would need in sales to quit my job, or I guess quit the base, quit FedEx, or quit them both together, how much I would need. And so the first goal that I set is to get, I think it was 4 sales a day for a total of 202. I think that's what it was. It was 7 sales a day for a total of 202 per month. That would allow me to double my income from FedEx, which means that I could quit FedEx and double my income from that. So not only would I free up, depending on how many hours I work, 12 to 20 hours per weekend or every other week or whatever, or yeah, whatever that is. Not only would that free that up, but I'd be making double not being there, so that time would be focused on the business. So that's cool. And then for my main job at Hill Air Force Base, that would be, let's see, I can't remember what it was. I think it was 647 products or sales. So that would be, I think it was 22 sales a day that I'd have to reach in order to quit my job and make double. I think it's the number. And so I did the calculations for making double, making 2.5, making triple, and making 3.5. What those numbers are and what I would have to sell, what the margin would have to be, you know. And the margin is flexible, it could be whatever. But the idea is not to make a living from selling supplements. The idea is to reinvest everything as long as I can. But there's going to come a point where I'm going to need to quit one of my jobs. First is going to be FedEx for sure, because that's just supplemental. That's just the weekend stuff. And I actually had a thought about that, dude. The thought of leaving FedEx actually makes me sad, dude. I think that's ingrained in my identity a little bit. I identify as a FedEx driver. People know me as the FedEx driver. And so to think of not doing that again or anymore, that's a sad thought too. Never doing it again. Never ever. It's just a sad thought, dude. It makes me sad. You know, I love that job. It's fun. It's provided so much for me. So bittersweet. That's for sure. But with Hill Air Force Base, no disrespect to anybody, especially my uncle who got me a job up there. If I quit that and never went back, I wouldn't think of it twice. You know, I'd be like, oh man, that sucks. I was doing a good thing, but oh well. But with FedEx, dude, I'd be sad, dude. See those FedEx trucks everywhere you go. I understand the grind, the work ethic that's required. I understand what goes into it all. I've been there, you know. I've had those dark days. I've had those great days. And so I get it. I understand. And the thought of leaving all that behind and moving on, it's sad, dude. So anyway, I'd want to quit one job. First one would be FedEx for sure. FedEx brings home 500 biweekly base with all the insurance and all the taxes and all the retirement and everything that's taken out. I think right now it's almost 1,200 biweekly I'm taking home. And by the time that I would quit the job, it would be up to about 1,500 take home. So, I mean, we'll get there. Figure it out when we get there. Also, I left my watch up at work, so I can't go grab it until Monday. So I gotta use my phone as a timer. Fuck. So anyway, keep getting off track here. FedEx would be the first to go. So I was calculating how much I would need to double my income from FedEx, because that's my goal. I want to be able to double my income from either job or both before I quit them. And just as a precaution, just as a forecast, and to see how much I would need for triple and triple and a half. And like I just said, so the idea is not to make money from this, to live off of. At the moment, the idea is to reinvest everything. But like I said, I'm getting back on track a little bit now. There's going to come a point in time where I need more time. You know, because at the moment, I've only got, so if I get off work and I get home by 3 o'clock, and I go to bed by 8 at the latest, it gives me 5 hours. 5 hours a day to include some of the shit that I've already talked about, such as reading, an ice bath, a workout, all that shit. You know, if I do the workout in the morning, you can take that out. 5 hours to do all that and then grow a business. And let's say that I'm at that point where I'm doing 30 orders a day. My packing and shipping process is not going to be as simple as dropping a product in a box and taping it up. There's quite a lot more that goes into it so far that I can see. Maybe it'll be simplified. Maybe it'll be even more complex by the time it happens. But it's more than putting a product in a box and taping it up. And so it's probably going to take me, I don't know how the process works of seeing the computer software, printing a label, getting everything correct, ensuring that it's correct, packaging it up, dropping it off or calling FedEx or UPS to come pick it up. I don't know the details of all that, but the fuck was I gonna say? I don't know I don't know the intricate details of all that shit, so I don't know how long it'll take. But if I had to guess, based on all the additional shit that I want to do, it might take 2-3 minutes per order to pack and ship, or to not pack, not to ship, but to pack and get all ready. So that would be 20 orders an hour that I could do by myself. And so that right there would just say it's an hour and a half to get 30. If I'm doing that every day, see, now I'm down to 3.5 hours. So I need time. So maybe you can understand what I'm saying, but there's just, I need more time. And so there's going to come a point where I got to quit one job and free up the time to make this happen. Because if I quit FedEx, that's going to free up 12 to 20 hours per week, depending on how long I work. I mean, it could be 6 to, realistically speaking, because we're working so much little, I should say, it would be, let's see, it'd be about, from the time that I wake up to get ready to the time that I get home and get undressed, because that's all time that would be spent for work. That's probably 7 to 16 hours per week that would be freed up. And so that's a lot of time to get shit done. I want to ship shit out ASAP, so as soon as I get an order that day, that shit's going out. I don't know how practical that is. There's probably a lot that I don't know and a lot that I have to learn, obviously. But I don't got shit going on, like I said. I don't got much, I don't have many obligations that a lot of other business owners might have, so I think that's where I have the advantage, or an advantage. And obviously I'm not trying to be a loner forever. Would like to find me a honey, but perhaps now is the best time to take advantage of the opportunity in front of me because of the lack of obligations, or benefit of the lack of obligations. So who knows, man? We'll see. And so if I quit base, so here's the thing. So I could quit base, keep FedEx as supplemental income, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But there's a lot more freedom with FedEx. With Hill, with base, I'm up there. Can't really have my phone out, except I do a lot. Can't have my watch, can't reply to shit, can't just pull over and handle shit. I mean, there's quite a lot of freedom up there, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot. It's very relaxed, very chill. But, I deliver FedEx, I'm en route. I live en route, so I could go home and do something if absolutely need be. I can pull over, take as long as I need. Nobody to distract me, nobody harping on me. And so that's actually a viable option right there. I might actually do that. I hate that thought of quitting early, I guess, or putting priority of FedEx over base, because I don't know, man. We'll see. Don't know anything much about that, but that, because I could always, so here's what I'm thinking. So with base, I think it's a full-time gig. That's it. I can't say, oh, I'm gonna work 4 days now. Ooh, actually I need 3. Ooh, just 2. Okay, I'm down to 1. I don't think it works that way, because I'm getting leave, I'm getting insurance taken out, I'm doing a whole lot of shit up there. So it's a lot more intricate. With FedEx, show up, deliver packages, go home. That's it. So I could quit base and maybe do FedEx 3 times a week instead of the 1.5 bi-weekly. Right now it's every day just because it's peak, but during the non-holiday season, I'm not going to work Sundays anymore. So that would probably, so let's just say that I quit base, I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday every week. That frees up 4 days of my time. And those 4 days, let's say I work Friday. Well, it wouldn't free up, whatever. Free up 3 full days of work worth. So that would be an additional almost 30 hours. Well, it'd probably be more than that, but when you count the time that it takes me to
spend, just had a brain fart. When you factor in the time that it counts for me to put on clothes to get to work, that's all time directed towards work. And so for the time that it takes me to get home, and maybe, who knows, take my shoes off, who knows, whatever that is, that would be, so probably about 32 hours that'd be freed up per week. And so obviously working FedEx only 3 days a week would not provide me enough income to survive at all. But I could do that if I'm making a certain amount. But like I've already said 20 times, I'm not running this business to make money for myself to quit my job right now. I'm doing it because I want to get in the game and learn this shit. But like I said already, I keep going in circles. There's going to come a point in time where I have to figure out how I'm going to inject more free time into my schedule. And that's going to be by way of quitting my job so that I have the additional time to dedicate towards the business and growing it. Because I would like to get some kind of small operation going where I'm able to employ somebody and provide them the best opportunity that I possibly can. I've got the whole strand of beliefs, I guess, of how I would treat and how I'd pay and how I would provide benefits for. Now that's going to come with time, absolutely, but how I would do that for the people who choose to work for the company. So, dude, because I don't know, man, I got so many different goals and ideas and visions that go way deeper than a pre-workout supplement. I think I'm more passionate about building something and growing something than I am supplements. But I love fitness, working out, nutrition, all that shit. So supplements are in there, and I know a lot about them. And so I guess no better way at the moment than to get my feet wet with that, because something I like, something I enjoy, something I take, something I buy with my own money, something that I know a lot about, something that I recommend to people. So yeah, that being said, I'm a lot more passionate about getting in the game, playing in the game, sharing the message, trying to help people, trying to instill discipline and resilience and all that shit into people, turning them into very confident, very strong, very courageous people. Something that I'm trying to be myself, but compare me now to where I was 5 months ago. It's two different people completely. And so I want to do that for other people too. And a lot of that is due to the program 75 Hard. That's partly why this podcast exists at the moment, is because I'm documenting my journey through that. So, and this is, I'm down day 23. So I wouldn't be having any of these thoughts, any of these ideas, considerations. I wouldn't be working this hard if I would have never done the program. For real, that's not bullshit. If I never started 75 Hard, I'd probably be playing RuneScape all day, every day, not doing shit with my life. Probably not gymming as much, probably not eating right. So my life would be kind of shitty. So to think that I come this far in 5 months, and then also to think of how fast 5 months has gone by, it's crazy to think about. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is I just want to make this happen. I want to play the game. That's it. I just want to learn the game, play the game, grow, learn, fail, move forward, experiment with shit. That's what I want to do. I'm not doing this to make money at the moment. Right now, all the shit's going to go right back in so we can grow it bigger and better. But yeah, man, that's what we got going on. I'm definitely not going to stop until I make something happen. I'm sure it's going to be tough. I'm sure I'm going to want to quit. But if I can do 75 Hard 6 times and fail at the first 5 or however many times, and then do phase 1 and then fail on 25, dude, and now be back to day 23, that's a really cool feeling. I'm looking at the days as they go by, and I see, I've saw the last 2 days they've been in the 20s again. It's pretty sweet, dude, because they're in the 20s. They were in single digits, and that was discouraging. And then they were in the tens, and it was a lot better to see. And then now we are back to the 20s, so that's sweet. I'm very excited about that. So a couple more days, we'll be at 25. That's when I failed. So I actually technically failed on 24, just didn't know it. So technically tomorrow is my record. So once I complete tomorrow, I'm going to be furthest I've ever been on the program, which is very exciting. And so I'm trying to check my fucking timer. I don't know how much time I have left on this workout here. It's dark as shit too. I got 12 minutes left. Whew, fuck, dude. Well, his vest is heavy, huh? So, you hear that dog, dude? So, I guess you could call this the venting episode, but in a good way. Remember the first venting session episode? I think it was 17. I don't know. Fucking pissed, dude. And yeah, I don't know. Just kind of rambling on about a whole bunch of shit that's going through my head. A lot of disorganized thoughts, a lot of scattered ideas. But again, the whole point of all this is to put it all in recording so you can see exactly what's going through my head and how I'm handling it so early on when I ain't got shit going on. Just to serve some kind of inspiration or reminder or proof or whatever to whoever might be listening in the future that you can do it too. And this is how I did it. Almost day by day, thought by thought, laid out for free. And hopefully we'll get to a point where it's all video and it's me talking to the camera. You can see me, you can see what I'm doing. But for now, I think we'll just focus on keeping the audio. Focus on what we know right now. And we'll expand as we grow. But yeah, I just got to figure out the time thing because there's a lot of shit I got to do if I'm going to commit to that founder's formula. So I'll have to here's what I'm thinking. So at the moment, I think I've almost overcommitted to all this shit that's on there. But I don't know. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll take... Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. I think what's actually bothering me the most is the fact that I have to do another 40 episodes of 20-minute long podcasts that have to be, the reps, their practice, they have to be sit down, nice, except for the weekend ones that I've already talked about. And I think that's what's bothered me. Because, for example, if I didn't have to do the 30 minutes worth of gratitudes and the 30 minutes worth of working on the business of things that I've committed to with ingredients and writing social media posts, so I don't want to do that. There's some days I'm going to want to, and I'm going to probably dedicate that I'm going to write maybe 10 posts, and that's what I do that day. And I'm sure there's other days where I am going to want to research ingredients, and instead of just doing one, I might do 5. But having and being forced to do that every day, first of all, researching an ingredient takes a lot longer than a half hour. There's a lot of reading, there's a lot of looking into the study, seeing how they performed and everything that take up a lot of time. And you can kind of just go into the abstract and read pretty much the conclusion, a summary of the studies without knowing the details. You can kind of base an opinion off of that, and you can see what the studies show for that. And so let's just say it takes a half hour to do that, and then it takes a half hour. We'll just say it takes 45 minutes to write a meaningful, nice thought out social media post with researching an ingredient and then writing it all down, documenting it, and then putting it on what I could accomplish that day, like the to-do list accomplishment thing that I'm writing. And then if there's a third thing that I want to do, I have to commit to it right then and there, declare that I'm doing it, and then I have to get it done. So that's the part that I like, because I've been working on templates and shit for social media posts. I've been brainstorming ideas of how to make the service incredible, the product incredible, the packaging and labeling, the experience of opening, ordering, all that shit, the costs involved. Dude, that shit gets me going. That's fun. That's exciting to figure out. It's a numbers game. I love numbers. I love figuring out. I love math. Dude, it's sick. And so I've been able to do that. And dude, when I get going on that shit, when I'm able to open up Excel, Google Sheets, whatever, and bust out some numbers, get some calculations going, make projections, see what I'm gonna need, how much is it gonna cost, what a potential margin might be based on certain numbers, and see that shit gets me going. That's exciting. And so that's what I want to work on, you know. But the fact that I have to write a social media post, I have to research an ingredient, that takes a lot of time away. It takes a lot of energy too, especially if you don't want to do it. And so right now I've got a stockpile. I say stockpile as if it's a shit ton, but I've got a pile of ingredients, the benefits, the drawbacks, the dosages, how to take them, when to take them, where they're found, how to get them. Is it made in the body? Is it not? Is it an osmolite? Is it an adaptogen? Is it all this shit? So just learning as I go. There's a lot I'm learning. And I might even go back and listen to this exact episode and think that I'm sounding like a dumbass. But I mean, I'm learning as I go, man. So can't complain with growing. Can't really get upset for sounding like a dumbass when you are actively putting in the time and effort required to learn and grow and be better. So doing what I can, where I am, with what I have. So, and if I could just click on the goddamn thing, 6 minutes. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna record until I get home. Nice little episode for you, nice hour longer. And so anyway, going back to what I was saying, I think some of the commitments that I made for the Founders Formula, I think that's going to have to be taken back a little bit. And I think why that is because I committed to this podcast. And oh yeah, that's where I was at. So I lost my train of thought again, but that's where I was at. So right now, if I had to record a podcast sitting down tonight, which thankfully I don't, if I had to do that, I would have to do that when I get home. And so that would be another 20 minutes, maybe 30 if I'm sitting down. I'll just say it's about 35. So that's 35 minutes gone. It's a lot of energy too to sit down and want to talk and record everything, make it sound nice, whatever. And so that's a little bit of a chunk of time. And then, so hold on. I guess, so I got off work early today, 1 o'clock-ish, got home around 1:30. And at that point, I had gotten my pretty much the podcast done. I'm just not taking time out of my day because I'm killing two birds with one stone here. And because I read in the morning, I didn't have to read it, which that took 45 minutes. And so I also worked on the business, meaning social media posting, researching an ingredient to learn more. And all of that, plus working on the gratitudes, I did 5 of the 8. So I wrote about 300 words-ish. So all that's done. So all I have to do now, get home from this workout, ice bath, cold plunge, ice bath, cold shower, stretch a little bit. I just do 5 to 10 minutes. Then set my clothes out. I'm trying to think of what else there is. But I'm ahead of schedule. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling nice. And so what I'm going to be able to do tonight is shit that I want to do for the business. And I'm not sure exactly what that will be, but it's going to be something. I might actually even set up social media pages, get the name reserved. Who knows, dude? So I'm actually having this thought right now. I don't share it. So because I'm not going to be forced to do something every single day after the program is completed, right now I'm forced to write a social post and research an ingredient. And that's what I've been doing. So I'm doing something, but I'm doing something I don't necessarily want to do. And so without being forced, what is it that I'm actually going to want to do? I think I'm actually at the point now where I need to order a sample just to move the needle forward. Even if I don't go with this manufacturer, even if the formula isn't right yet, even if the flavor is ass, whatever, I think I just need to move forward in that regard and get a physical object in my hands and start working with it, and maybe give some samples to my buddies, have them try it, see what they think. But the flavor, performance, all this stuff, and go from there. I think that's what I need to do. I think that'll make it feel more real, because right now it's all documents, it's all ideas. Nothing's real yet. It also costs a lot of money to do so, but if that's going to move the needle in the right direction, then I think that's what I need to do. So, who knows? But I'm not sure what I would do if I didn't have to do those two specific things. I might actually, I'm not sure, dude. I just don't, so I think, so one more thing, and I'm going to end it off here. I think what's most frustrating about it, or the thing that gets me, is so I want to do whatever I want to do, and I want to have the time to do whatever I want to do. But the thought that I have to do X, Y, Z before I can do anything else regarding something that I'm already doing. So, for example, with the business, I would have to write a social post, research an ingredient. I have to do those things, otherwise I fail the program, because that's what I committed to. It's what I wrote down. That is my additional task, and so I feel like I'm almost obligated to disregard any other kind of desire or need or want to grow the business or to look into. I have to forego that so that I can get the aforementioned shit done. And then if there's time left, then I can do that. And that's kind of disenchanting. It makes me not want to do those things, because I'd rather do the things that I want to do in regards to business, right? Or the specific thing. And I don't really know where I'm going with that. Don't really have a complete thought, I guess. But yeah. So that's that. I think this is the longest show that we've had so far. But it's just a bunch of rambling, a bunch of thoughts out in the open. A lot of frustration shared, a lot of, started the show off with a couple wins, a couple losses. So I guess that's better than nothing. We're winning more than we're losing. So I think that's all we can hope for, and we can just keep on going. So I'm going to rework the Founders Formula, because it looks like I'll have some time to do some stuff tonight. So that's very exciting. 6:30-ish right now. And if I go to bed at 10, which is the goal, it gives me about 3 hours after I get my shit done to mess around with my goals for next year, with maybe the business, maybe the Founders Formula, maybe get some templates going, because I plan to get back on social media and start sharing some shit the same way that I am here, except it'll be reps for social media where everybody can see it. So we'll see when we get there, but might have some fun tonight with my goals and stuff. So anyway, that's it. It's 58, and I'll see you next time.